said there was a lot of people here last night.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. She said, why didn't you go? I said, I
I didn't feel like I
said, nah, I
should.
didn't wanna be here.
Is Scott
Cause as
coming
soon as one
tonight?
of us is there, it's a
No,
town
he's
council
not.
meeting.
Yeah.
And Pat's
He's-
not coming, he's out of town.
No. He's out of
We've already
town.
had our meeting.
Scott's got Riker. Is that yours? It was in by the book. Oh, yeah, you gotta set it up. There's a lot of stuff in this job description that I changed on my own, like researching city codes, I put town codes. There's quite a bit of stuff that
I knew you'd done a lot.
we could cut down.
Yeah.
Pass those around. We got it by email, but
You guys wanna look at those?
you got them by email,
Yeah,
but I
I briefly
didn't.
looked at them on
I
my
didn't
email.
print them, yeah,
Did you guys get to look at them?
I looked at the emails.
yeah.
See what,
Tim
Let
hasn't.
Tim look at them.
Quotes for the parking lot.
oh,
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. If everyone would like to stand for the pledge of allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Kobe. We weren't watching the time.
Review of the minutes, July the 1st. Did everyone get a chance to look at those? If so, I'll need a motion.
I wasn't there, so I can't.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Abstaining, would be Jane. Audience call. Wanda, are you both going up at the same time, or? Okay, if you guys wanna come up to the podium. And it's Wanda and Ellie Eisen. Okay, welcome.
They're supposed to state their name and the address.
Can you state your name and your address?
Wanda Schneebel, 101 North Madison.
Okay,
in
and
Hanover.
Ellie,
Ellie Eisen at 107 North Madison.
okay. It's just for our record, so.
Okay. Before we talk about what we mainly came to talk about, we have a couple of issues at our house at 101 that I'd like the board to consider. One of them is when the new sidewalks were put in, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden the rainwater does not go into the gutter that's in front of our house.
Mhm.
It comes down the sidewalk and floods our yard.
Okay.
So that needs to be taken care
Is
of.
it just in front of your house?
Mhm.
Okay.
I guess our house is the lowest
Lowest, okay.
in town. I don't know. We've
Yeah.
been told that. Yeah. And the other issue is at the same time that concrete wall was put in, before that, we had a grassy slope that we mowed. Now with the concrete wall, there's gravel on the street side that grows up with weeds.
Okay.
And we have to call to have the city come spray them, weed eat them, whatever, so.
Just harder to take care of.
Yeah, yeah.
And
If
that's,
could be-
is that in front of your house?
Mhm.
Okay.
If that could be filled in with concrete, I don't know. Scott's mentioned that before.
Okay.
but- And I know Rick's talked to whoever.
He's talked to me,
Okay.
and Scott's aware, yeah.
And so the main thing that we're here for is a couple of properties that are right by us. Ellie lives right next door to us. On the other side of her is 113, which is a very blighted property. The grass is like waist high or above.
As
It's-
well as me,
It's never mowed.
never, ever.
The backyard, I mean, he's.
Hasn't been touched in years.
Yeah, he's lived there, I know, 10 years plus. It's been mowed maybe once or twice in the back. It's also full of what I would call junk, probably not to him, but, you know, there's stuff everywhere, in the front yard, the driveway.
Okay.
The front porch is completely full, you know, it's an eyesore for the community, and we have to look at it every single
But the grass
day.
not being taken care of is the worst, because I have two small children, and there are snakes, giant snake in my driveway, little snake under my porch, and they're coming from his house, 100%.
Not only that, but it attracts skunks, raccoons, rodents. We have an unusual amount
Vultures.
of mosquitoes
Yes.
in that area. We have fox, I don't mind the fox, but I don't think they would be there if it were not for the house across the street, which is 112. And the big issue there, and I know every one of you are familiar with both of those properties. Now, Ellie does have some pictures, and we can bring a slideshow if we need to, but that homeowner throws garbage on her driveway to feed her cats, which attracts all of these rodents and nuisance animals. They could be bringing in rabies, I don't know, but both of these properties are a blight on our community, and especially Madison Avenue. You know, that's a main thoroughfare street. A lot of people come down that street going to college. And it looks I think it looks bad on the city. But my question to each of you is, which one of you wants to live next to that? And look at that every single day. You know, there's been complaints in the past, I know that, but it's time to do something. You know, if our ordinances are not strong enough to take care of it, then, you know, our new town attorney maybe needs to look at changing
I was
this.
hoping he was gonna be here tonight, but he's out of town, so.
How long have you been at your residence you're at now at 101?
Forever.
My
Yeah.
husband has lived there most of his
His life.
life. I've lived there over 30 years. But these two properties have only become a big issue in the last 10 years
That's 10.
or so, maybe 12 years. I don't know, you lose track of time. But it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Stuff the other day about all the cans, and your normal
Right.
people sell. So I
Right,
don't know what
yes.
our next step should be.
Yeah, 112 does have, cans piled up in front of her house. That get taken off maybe once a year, maybe. She's older.
Yeah.
She doesn't have anyone to do that for her anymore, so she has to find people to do it. I told her to put a sign on the fence that says, don't give me any more cans, but no, she wants them.
And people drop them off all day long. All day long, I see cars stopping and dropping them off.
Do they really?
Yes.
I thought she just hunted them on her.
Yeah, I
She
didn't know
does.
people were
She
dropping
does.
them
She
off.
does hunt, she does hunt her.
Out. I watch people all day, I live right across the street,
Yeah.
they stop right in front of her house, get out, drop the cans off right in the driveway, and then they leave. And I'm like, yay, more trash, thank you, every time.
If
It's
somebody,
terrible.
if somebody, paid for a truck, would she allow?
We've done that.
We've done
Yeah.
that.
We've done that several times.
And a lot of times she'll say, no, the prices are too low, I'm saving till the price gets up, so.
We need to
And-
check the
and-
price of aluminum then.
She makes good money on that.
Oh, yeah.
She's
Well,
only
then you
got-
get into the point, as our attorney
But-
said, we can't go, her property's private. You know, you kinda have to have her permission,
Oh, yeah, you'd have to have her permission to enter her property.
right?
Unless she's breaking an ordinance and the ordinance
But
allows you to
stacking
enter.
up the cans is breaking an ordinance,
Yeah.
right, or no?
I
Not
don't-
necessarily,
Yeah.
because that's her
That's her
form of
income.
income. That would be like if somebody moved in and they work on boats just themselves, you know, and they don't have a business, but they work on boats and that's how they make their living, and they put 5 boats in their front yard. It's hard for us to.
Or like the ducks, and the guy sells
I've got- yeah.
duck eggs to make money.
Yeah, I've got ducks just right down from my house, and I mean, it looks awful, and they get in other people's yards, and there's nothing we can do about it. And you can't sit on your patio at night because they're so loud.
Okay, can you do anything about the food being dumped in the driveway?
That's something we're gonna have to look at, yes. I hope we can, because like you say, that is a health hazard.
Is
Um,
she dumping?
Yes, oh
The
yeah,
food.
as soon as she gets back from picking up, collecting for the day, I mean, it's routine every day.
Yeah.
She takes the to-go containers
Well, I know
He
you
was
guys
shooting
have,
out of the trash.
you
Yeah.
guys had an issue one time because the birds got so bad.
Yeah, oh yeah, I
The
got
vultures.
25 or yeah.
Yeah, cause
Oh, yeah.
people were afraid for their small animals,
Yeah.
so I'm, and I do know I've,
And they still hang around. I mean,
Yeah.
there's not as many every day,
Yeah.
but they're still around.
I mean, what, the last time I confronted her in front of town hall, her comment was, what's the fine, I'll just pay it.
Are they ever fined?
She has been.
She has been, yes. And they pay it.
She gave us a blank check once, it said, write out what
Write
you
it whatever
want.
you want.
Our
So-
ordinances have she can be fined the next day.
Yeah,
And then the next day, do we ever fine her?
we don't have
The next
anybody
day.
to do our ordinances. And we're gonna talk about that
That's in our agenda
a
right
little bit later in
Yeah.
the meeting,
But
and we
that's-
haven't had.
Yeah, we haven't, I don't mean this the way it's getting ready to sound, we have not enforced our ordinances. We haven't had the ability to enforce our ordinances.
Correct.
Maybe
Correct,
it's
and
like
there's
those-
ordinances that need to be redone,
Right.
they're so old, they
Right.
need to be redone, so we need somebody that can research them. Kobe and I met this morning, we are looking at trying to hire somebody that possibly can come in just to deal with ordinances, not so much go out and try to find the problems, because our police department and our, street crew can do that, but to have them be able to go on ahead and say, okay, this property, yes, I've got pictures, we're gonna cite them, we're gonna file it through the court system. That's what we need, is the teeth, like you say, to get it done. So that's what we're hoping, we're gonna discuss that later, if you guys wanna stay and listen.
I do wanna say in addition, on 113, in addition to rubbish, there's an inoperable, or I bet an unlicensed vehicle there.
Yeah,
And
that's where we get into really tricky territory.
If it's collectible, it needs to be under a cover.
Yes,
It needs to be under a cover that's not a bright color.
yes,
I've read the ordinance.
yes,
It
yes,
needs to be under a carport.
yes.
I believe it needs to be back behind the front building line, I'm not sure, but that needs to be a part of the
Yes,
registering a complaint, you should include that car, I think. I think it's
Do
an
you
El
wanna see
Camino.
pictures that Ellie has of
do you have them
backyard?
printed off, or
No,
you just have them on your phone? If you stay around, can we look at them like after the meeting? Are you planning on staying for the meeting?
I should be.
Okay, if you can do that, I would rather wait till the meeting's over with
They
and we
can't
can.
use their backyard
Yeah,
No, I've never been in my
because of
backyard.
that,
okay,
and there's something wrong with that.
right, okay, yeah.
I refuse to hang out back there.
With big stakes like that, I would too. Yeah, with small kids and stuff, I understand.
I'm worried about what might come out from over there. And then the yard was on fire the other day. I don't know what was happening. Yeah, I'm not sure if he was trying to like burn it or what, but I'm worried about that, 'cause it's already been on fire once.
Yes,
so,
Right.
yes.
You know, I'm right next door. I don't want him really burning anything, to
Did
be
you,
honest.
yeah,
Cause he's got so much, I mean, the last time it caught on fire, stuff was literally exploding and shooting across the street.
so
I
if,
mean, it was
if
wild.
that happens again, please call 911.
Okay, I have a video of that too.
Yeah, please call 911 if that happens,
He's been
because,
cited as well.
huh?
He's been cited as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so was, before he bought it, so is his landlord cited.
Really?
Yeah,
Is he the type of guy that would hire somebody to take care of it?
I
wish
suggested
she
that to him.
suggested it. I don't know why he hasn't.
He said, well, I'll hire my sons to do it.
He
Yeah.
says he'll do it, but he just never does. He goes outside, weed eats for 5 minutes, one small section, stares at the yard for a minute, and goes inside. That's it.
Well, and I will tell you, if you see a fire, cause I personally have done it twice, you call 911, unless our guys are on duty, they won't come. Cause they won't enforce our ordinances, cause I've done it twice to somebody that's about set the whole hillside on fire.
and hopefully one of our officers, but at least it will be documented, and that's what we need documentation. So, and we can always, Shane can always call and say, hey, how many
Cause
times have you got?
we do have an ordinance on that.
Yes,
I
on
mean,
fire.
I'm not 100% sure what he was doing, but it was like right up against the fence, so right up against my yard line.
Mhm.
A little too close for comfort. I thought, what's happening?
They still should send fire if somebody reports a fire.
Well, this is just that they're burning rubbish against our ordinance. and 911 will not enforce our ordinance. Now, probably, I could call Ron Kroger Jr.,
Yeah.
and he might do it. But they're not supposed to burn yard waste,
Okay.
nothing like, that's against our ordinance.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes,
No, I definitely didn't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Can the town come in and clean up his property
We've,
if he
we've,
gives permission?
we've done it.
and we charge, but so we have to charge through the courthouse. So like, it's like a lien gets put on that property, but he doesn't actually, I think he's buying it on contract maybe?
Right. No, not now.
Oh, he's
Not now.
actually buying it?
No.
Okay, so then we could put a lien on his property and charge him every time. One of the things that we have trouble with though is taking our equipment, as bad as you say it is, in there, and one of our employees getting hurt, tearing up our equipment. So that creates an issue there for us. So I think it's just, we need to,
So bad now, it's like, where do you even start?
Well,
You have
and-
no idea what's under there.
I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think the next step we have to take is, we'll look at your photos after the meeting and, hopefully get somebody hired so we can have that paperwork start generating, and then talk to the attorney and see if we can get on the property. So, and once we can get on the property, I mean, we might have to hire an outside source to go in and do that has the capability of doing it. But what's one person's trash is another man's treasure. So that's where we really have to watch and make sure that we legally can do all of this.
And we do have to be concerned as well with, how far we can take any of the measures that are taken. I am no professional in this, but it appears to be a hoarding situation, which is, a distinct mental health condition, that is diagnosable and treatable, but is also considered a disability. So there might be a few limits as well
Right.
due to that, as far as actions that we could take, but we can check with our lawyer on
Yeah,
that too.
that's why we have to,
Can we expect something to be done anytime soon?
give us a couple of weeks. I know our attorney's on vacation this week, and Treva, and I'll see if we can set a meeting up with him next week, and her and I will go talk to him, and we'll text Scott and stuff and see what our options are. And, hopefully, maybe if you want to, email or text me those pictures, I can give you my number, and that way we'll have something to show
And-
the attorney.
And not to downplay this, but I drive this town a lot. There's a lot of areas that,
Yeah, I know there are,
I mean,
but we personally
oh,
look at these two
definitely,
areas
definitely.
every
I personally
day.
have to smell the smoke from the people that are burning their yard stuff. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I've got some photos too, I'll send you, Debbie, they're from 2 months ago. I was on the second floor of the Milliken House. Also work was being done and looking down, and it's a great
Ben,
vantage
can you-
point.
Right.
Can you pass
Actually,
my number
anybody's
down to
welcome
her?
we'll get you in if
To
you can
Ellie.
be on the second floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did want to publicly thank Hanover College for the work that you are doing and have done on Madison Avenue. Because with the community garden, with the Demery House, with the apartment building next to us, that's a huge, huge improvement. Because if it weren't for you guys, I'd be talking about those places too. Because Madison Avenue is atrocious. It has been atrocious.
It has been for years,
It has
hasn't it?
been, yes.
I
And
just
I'm,
gotta keep the grass cut so Wanda doesn't get on me, so that's,
I do have a question
And I
about
don't blame
that.
her.
You know, when I moved in, I had to sign a thing with my lease, this was my landlord, but, I'm pretty sure he said it was a town of Hanover rule that you had to have your yard mowed every 14 days. Is that a rule or no?
I can't remember if it says days, but it's a certain height.
A
that
certain height.
We've got
Maybe
it-
not
we've got
days, because in the
ordinance.
summertime it doesn't grow sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
a certain
I think
height,
it's
I think it is.
That
I was
is,
just curious.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is in our ordinance,
Yeah.
the height.
it references something during May to September monthly, I
Mhm.
think.
Yeah.
Well, as
There's a
Kobe
height-
said,
There's a height that
if
you
you,
can't go
if you
above.
don't get rain, you don't mow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
mean-
mow, so,
But it's the
It's not
height
too
The
that,
height is what it would be,
yeah.
I mowed my yard once
Yeah. She's got, so I gave you my number, so just, if you wanna give me those, pictures, then I'll have those to show the attorney next week. All right. And
Thank
you have
you.
my number, so you can text me, call me. Chip, do you have anything else to add?
No, I didn't, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was gonna be officially on the, okay, no, I'll
Okay.
get you some pictures.
Okay.
We would like something to be done, and principally and selfishly, because the Demery house is gonna be put on the
Right,
market at some
right.
point.
Right.
We're gonna ask over $300,000 for it.
Yeah.
It would be a big day on Madison Avenue if we can achieve that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard with that next door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, as a college person, do you think you could get the sign down at the entrance of the town? This is a private street, private property, because our ordinance person, these are all individually owned homes. So they fall under the purview of the ordinances. But our ordinance officer wouldn't go on there because you've got private street.
And where is that sign?
It's right by campus safety, and it's
Yeah.
still there. I just drove by it to make sure.
Yeah, no, I've talked about that sign with Lake.
Yeah.
We have a legal reason to keep that sign there.
Okay.
However, we will give you permission to cross onto campus for purposes of your ordinance officer going to houses.
Okay.
So we'll give you permission.
Well,
I'm
and,
just throwing that out
and,
there. I mean,
and
to make
that's
it
like
clean, we'll give you permission.
the burning that's against our ordinance, you know. The college can burn because people won't come on the campus.
Oh, well, we need to abide by the ordinances too.
Yeah, exactly, my
Should.
point.
Oh, yeah, no.
They're,
No, we need
they're
to give your ordinance
individually owned
officer
homes.
Access.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's work out
Well, you
something,
might-
so your ordinance officer needs access. to it.
If you keep that sign up, you might wanna put that in writing to the town. That our ordinance
Oh, yeah,
officers
no,
and
I'm
our
talking
police
about, we
can,
need to have,
Yeah.
we need to let your ordinance officer on.
right, right,
Yeah,
Some kind of agreement.
right, right,
yeah, I mean, something.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's get us an ordinance officer, we'll work it out.
Well, we'll talk about this later, but the ordinance officer we're gonna look at's not gonna be the type that did it before going up to doors. We're gonna do it,
It'll be our police officers and our town employees that will
Yeah.
be driving around to check on housing and stuff.
Okay.
and then they would tell the person in the office, and then stuff would go from there.
Yeah. Then they can start generating we'll send out the certified letters. This person will be able to go down to the courthouse and put liens on the property.
We've got the system, the computer system.
We
So-
really need to get your ordinance officer to Garrett, correct? And whatever other streets come up.
Well, we would need town employees. So our town employees and our police department is who would need to be able to go
They need to be
to.
able to go over there and check.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or even the town council, you know, I drive around, I used to call the ordinance officer, say, hey, you need to go look at this place, and,
Let's work something out.
Yeah.
Because I get it, we've got private residences on the other side of the college, and we got a college in the middle.
Right.
We gotta get you, yeah. I mean, just like the fire department, you wouldn't tell the fire department you can't
Right.
come
Yeah.
on
Come
this
on.
campus, we want.
no,
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Shane?
I don't really have much, working on getting details about getting rid of one of the cars. Talking to Kobe about that. I do have an ordinance that I'm working on for the BB guns in town.
Okay,
So
good.
I'll have that soon. Probably submit it back to Pat, let him review it, and then bring it to you guys.
Okay.
When you go to do that car, I've got the schedule from the attorney
Do you?
of how
Okay.
you have to advertise and.
That's what me and Shane was talking
I
about
mean,
this morning.
I've got it, cause I did that one car for you.
Insurance did call back this morning. They're about $1,000 per vehicle, insurance coverage for the year.
A year.
But of course, it'd be prorated, so I mean, you know, you wouldn't get 1,000 back this year if you sold it,
Yeah,
but,
Right.
But it would save us,
so, yeah.
yeah.
What,
But-
what are you thinking as far as which vehicle?
Ben and I talked a little bit, probably the Caprice,
Yeah,
Okay.
which is a good car, hate to get rid of it. It's a car I drove to lease.
Okay.
But I'll have to take it somewhere, get the lights and all that taken out of it.
Right.
The stickers taken off, so a lot of snow
is there any other departments around that might be interested that you might reach out to?
Can
I
we
didn't know,
put
like,
it
small,
out
like-
on
I
that
think somebody mentioned to put it on.
AIM website? Yeah, the
I was
AIM
gonna say,
thing.
cause I mean, little towns like maybe Hope, Crothersville, that might have a marshal, town marshal or something, might be looking for something like that.
Yeah,
So,
I think that car will pull some decent money, just by what it is.
yeah,
but I've got this schedule, cause you have to do it 14 days and 10
So
days.
you gotta, I'll get with you
Yeah,
and we'll,
cause
okay.
you and I sold that last one.
And we
We
can-
While-
talked
we-
about that, and I was like, I don't know who did.
I did it.
and we definitely
yeah.
wanna put a cap on it, on what,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah,
because if
we
it does,
did,
if we
yeah.
don't get what we think out of it, we're not gonna give it away.
Right,
Yeah, no, we don't
So-
wanna do that.
Right, so we wanna make sure.
Cause it's a
that-
good car,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, you don't wanna just give it away.
Right,
Probably the best car on the force.
Why are we getting rid of it then?
I don't know.
save insurance. And,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
you gotta
I
balance
wouldn't get
that
rid of any
out.
of them myself,
I
in my
don't think
opinion.
it's, yeah, I don't think we should get rid of them.
$1,000 a year is
so
no
how many
expense,
how
really.
many cars do we have?
Six,
Huh?
six,
6 cars.
How many reserves you have?
2 right now.
Two.
And do they,
Bring
do all of you work together at the same time?
not all of us at the same time. no.
Okay, so you have 3 full-time officers that have 3 full-time cars, and you have 3 temporary cars.
So you got the Charger, the
Durango
Caprice and,
don't- Full-time guys will drive the Durango if theirs is down. We don't wanna put it down there and get beat on, in case we do get a 4th officer eventually. So the reserves always drive the 2 full cars, the Charger and the Caprice. And there's been times where 2 of ours is in the shop, we're in the Durango and one of the full cars.
So you gotta think about, is it worth saving $1,000 a year and have to buy a car
That's.
in a
We're
year or
get-
two,
we're
or
getting-
keep a good car?
Getting a
Ben,
couple businesses, all these houses.
you're the car man.
I
Hopefully
told
we
you
can-
my opinion, I
I
wouldn't get
just-
rid of any of them.
I just don't know how we're going to afford a 4th officer when our property taxes are gonna be less. I mean, we're really, this year's budget, I'm worried about.
Yeah, I
because-
mean, I'm not expecting it this year.
No, but I'm just
Hopefully.
saying,
In the
you know,
future,
with,
you're saying.
with you know, the tariff taxes and all of that, I mean, the things that we purchase, I mean, everything's gonna pretty much double for us, and I'm just trying to make sure that we save as much as we can in different areas,
Well, it's already
and,
paid for this year, right?
yeah, this year
Yeah.
we're good.
yeah, it's
So
already
why don't
paid.
we look at it beginning of the year after we plan budget and stuff, or closer to the end of the
Yeah.
year, and then make a final decision on whether
Right.
we wanna.
Whether
we
it's
wanna
worth
go.
it
That's fine.
or
I
not.
know parking, I don't know, I'm sure Scott don't like the Durango over there.
Well, he needs the space.
We don't have any space at town hall.
Well, I know, and he doesn't have it over there either, so he needs the space. I mean, he got those two containers to try
Yeah.
to help, you know, put lawnmowers and stuff like that in, and then we just,
Can you park it down the sewer plant?
there's not a garage down there.
Yeah,
You don't have to stay in the garage.
I don't see no reason why you couldn't park it out here on the
That's-
parking
that's
lot in
what I
the
was
park.
thinking.
That's a good
We
point.
gotta keep it plugged in,
Oh,
any of those police
Oh.
cars if you
Oh.
leave for. a
You've
few
got it,
days on
yeah.
bed.
Well, if you put a disconnect on the battery, you wouldn't have to. Put your disconnect switch.
What if we park it on the highway? So people
Park it
see it
over on
all the
Boats
time.
Drive.
hey,
yeah,
move it around
park
a
it
little
in the
bit.
fairgrounds.
Park it over there a little bit, park it
No,
at
I
school
just
a
know
little
that
bit.
2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, they had 2 down and they was using all the spare cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just know that,
And we had one of them catch on fire because of the battery.
Yeah.
was set
Right.
and-
but during those bad storms, that extra Durango came in handy.
Yeah,
So,
because they
Was-
couldn't do anything in the
was
cars.
Yeah.
Durango's a bad choice for us, since they're always broke down?
No, it's normal stuff. The only one we've actually had issues out
I'm
of is
just curious,
the
'cause
brand new one.
it seems like we've had a lot of, you know, repairs, and I mean,
Not really, just normal.
so it's little stuff broke.
Yours
CDI.
was at first, but it was under warranty.
Mine's had a lot of issues, but
Yeah.
they're all under warranty.
Yeah.
How much have we spent so far this year on repairs, do you know? And if you don't, that's fine, I mean,
I don't.
Does anybody track that?
Not a whole lot.
Toby,
well, I think
Would-
we
But if it's under
I've got it.
warranty,
yeah,
I mean, under
Yeah,
warranty, we don't
that's
know
true.
anything.
Right, if it's under warranty, that's one thing, but I'm just wondering how much
Well, you got yours.
You haven't spent a whole, you
we
haven't,
don't get those
I got
anymore.
it.
you
right
haven't
here.
spent a whole
What
lot.
number?
See, vehicles,
I know you can operate that Caprice a lot cheaper than others.
Oh, yeah.
no,
Here, give that down, Debbie.
yes.
It does?
Right there, or you can keep it, it
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
speed.
You got it.
You all
I've
speeding?
got one.
No, it's got the big.
Police vehicles, is that what you're
6.2
talking
liter,
about?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
police vehicles?
Yep.
You've used about $2,900 or $2,877 this year.
Yeah.
Well, that's not
So
bad.
that's where,
You budgeted 15,000.
I mean,
I
I need to buy
agree.
some tires,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, no, I mean, just your normal,
Stuff.
and you've done the majority of it here
Sure.
recently. CV shaft,
Yeah.
battery.
My shop rates are a lot lower than other places
Yeah.
too, but
But nothing that's out of the ordinary.
nothing that's not just regular maintenance on any vehicle. I don't know, I'm not a fan of Dodge vehicles, but.
Well, a lot of.
well,
So,
I think, didn't we go that route because they weren't the cheapest, but like,
It was the cheapest. It was
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
$12,000 cheaper than
I mean-
Explorers.
it was gonna be some money.
But
But I agree with Ben's suggestion. Let's wait.
That's just my opinion, so,
I mean, we can park one in your lot.
Yeah,
fine.
put it up at his place.
you just park it across from my house and keep people away from it.
Park it between Jane and me.
I'm sure we can figure out something with parking. Like, I mean, there would be no reason we couldn't park it over here, put a disconnect on the battery, keep it from going down.
Might deter some,
You know,
people
It
coming
would.
over here,
Exactly.
yeah.
you can come over and move it around once in a while. You know,
Put
different
like a
spots.
mannequin in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I slow
Madison
down.
tried that. It worked for a little bit.
Yeah,
Then they realized.
I slow
Well,
down when I go by the fairgrounds. 'cause
Do they
there
have
sits
dark,
the
do they have
county.
dark tint windows? Well, you can't really tell if anybody's in there unless you get
That's
really
true.
close up to it.
Especially if the lights come on every once in a while, 'cause
Yeah.
it's connected.
Cause I think in the mornings during, when school's in session, Dan parks his car out there by the crossing thing. You don't know he's in there.
Yeah,
I mean, but it's sitting there, so,
Yeah, cause I think he parks it up here and then he goes to the
goes,
back end.
yep. So,
Okay, we'll wait.
but I've got the
Talk about it
schedule
budget time.
to sell.
okay.
Okay, and Scott's not here.
And
He
did
give
have,
you some quotes.
Yeah, he gave us some
Yeah.
quotes.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and go over those.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so you've got, one, two, there's actually 4 different quotes here. This one is for Fireman's Park concrete work. It's a 24-foot diameter circle with 8-inch concrete slab at Fireman's Park to haul off excavated materials, place and grade 6 inches of gravel and pour 8-inch circle slab with wire mesh reinforcement, seed and straw curbside yards after completion. For those of you that don't know, that's for the Veterans Memorial.
Yeah, and that will come
Section,
out
yeah.
of, this goes to the veterans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct. And the total price for that estimate is $7,600 even.
Okay.
Quote 2 is for here at the park. This is the grass strip work. We're proposing tearing out in front of the tennis courts and down along here, there's a small strip of grass that's just kind of blighting and pointless. And we want to tear that out, redo some of the curb work, and put concrete back so the sidewalks will be wider, and it also give the people coming to watch the tennis games a place to set their chairs to, because the sidewalks will be a lot wider in front of it there for the spectators. And that's 350 feet total, but it's all the way across, kind of here, end of the tennis courts to end this way. And that quote is $19,000. The next one is tear out the curbing around this center island as you come in the park with a circle park. Remove all the gravel inside of it. It's gonna be paved inside. Then this is a 2-piece deal, but so also with that is extending more parking from each side is the reason for taking that out. And it's kind of blocks the view coming into the park. And then repaving and restriping the entire parking lot out there. There is a picture on the quote too that shows the area. I don't have a picture of it, but, so part 1 of that, tearing out the center part, is $75.80, and part 2 of that for the whole parking lot and restriping and everything was $59,370.
I mean, it said on there how many inches of asphalt was, I think
Yeah,
inch and a half.
over everything.
Yep.
And then a 2.5-inch binder additional on the center part that doesn't have existing blacktop. So you'd
And-
end up with 4 inches on the center part.
Yeah, and that's restriping and everything too.
That's restriping the entire parking lot. Basically, that's grinding all the surface like they do on the roads when they repave. So they'll grind off like an inch layer, and they'll put an inch and a half back of blacktop
So right out close to 80,000.
across all the existing parking lot, pretty much. I don't think that's the entrance coming in, because it was redone not too long ago. It's just and once you get inside the park.
Yeah.
So out of those quotes, that 7,600 is going to the veterans?
That's not counting that. I
Yeah,
didn't
no,
even
that's
count
not-
that
Well,
one.
he read it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
I set
first
that
one.
aside.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
the
that's-
7,600 was for the veterans thing.
Right,
That's
and they're
for the
gonna
veterans.
try to raise money?
Yes, for that.
Okay.
Yes.
So
So let's
inside
take that
the
away
park
from-
here,
Yeah,
and
so that's-
the fireman's park is the one you have for the
Yes.
veterans.
Yes.
Inside the park here, you're talking 19,750 and
Little.
59,370.
Little less than 80,000.
Yep.
Out of the Lily?
Yes.
Correct.
And I will get with Chip and we'll do the lump sum with the parking lot, the lights.
Yeah, I guess
It-
that's the,
That would be the next step on that.
yes. Have we had a design professional look at that on the request like that?
No, and you mentioned that the last time, yeah.
You know, the money for the park is to be looked at, you know, to get somebody involved to make a plan for it, to use that money for a big plan for the park.
Mhm.
And I don't wanna piecemeal it.
Right.
But at a minimum, I think we need somebody, like, there was discussion about like ripping out these curves over here, kind of this rounded part. I mean, that's a part of the.
That's in this.
That's a part of the design of the approach to the building. It's on both sides. And I'm thinking architecturally, I mean, it's appealing to have that symmetry. And if we're just trying to squeeze more cars in, which is important because we need more parking, you know, does that get us much more parking? Or is that the way
Yeah,
planning firm would do it?
right.
You see what I'm saying? I don't wanna do something for parking and then have you look at it in a year and say,
Why did we do that?
that doesn't look so good.
Yeah.
And have a designer come in and say, no, what you need to do is you need to build that pack so that we can have symmetry. It's like, oh my God, no, we don't wanna have to do something back over again. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking aloud.
So, I mean, I would be okay, like, we already have the one firm, just to say, look at our parking lot and tell us
Well,
what.
it'd be, look at the whole park.
Well, but we're not doing,
At a minimum, it would be nice to have them look at this and say, okay, here's how we can lay this out. 'Cause that's
Here's
what they
how it
do all
would
day
fit
long.
in.
I mean,
Yeah.
they've got the CAD system to do that, and to, you know, how do you best fit in parking?
but this parking lot is really all, and the lighting is all we're gonna be doing on this side, really,
Well,
that we, I
we
mean.
don't know.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
the only other option is if we did decide later to build out on that side, but that has nothing to do with the parking lot.
Well, it might change it up a little bit, but probably not much. I mean, you're gonna come in that way anyway and pull in, so. Yeah,
You-
right now, right now, the plan, at least as far as Lily's concerned, is adding on to this building.
Right.
But we've talked about other things, you know, the park expansion, with the auction investments.
I mean, the only other thing that really has been brought to our attention, since this is a senior building, is to maybe build an awning off the front of this. So when they,
Out of the rain or
for the
weather
rain and
coming
the
in.
snow and all of
But
that.
we have not had our meetings with the community. We've, you know,
That's true. Yeah.
we've got a lot to do before we look at the overall park
Right.
situation.
Yeah.
But Debbie's point is, we're getting complaints galore from the neighbors. There's no parking, they're parking in
Yeah.
their yards.
And we keep telling them we're gonna take care of it.
Yeah.
And again, just like you guys here, nothing gets done. Because we're too busy spinning our wheels and not moving forward, and I'm tired of not moving forward. You say we got 2 more years, right, on this Lily money?
To make the plan,
To make,
Oh, well, the grant's up in 4 years.
yeah.
We've got 4 years to spend the money. But I just wanna, my only thought is to have, and while we've got the grant, while we've got the money in the grant, and if we need a design professional to come
talk to him tomorrow
All
evening.
night.
We got a meeting.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't do it, I'm just saying, let's make sure we get
No,
an eye on it,
yeah.
for somebody who does it for a living.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend you're building your own home.
Well, yeah,
That's what I do.
yeah.
Okay.
Just throw that
It's a
out
good
for
point.
consideration,
Yeah.
Okay.
because we've got the money for the design professionals.
Right. You're gonna be on that call tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm out of town tomorrow, but I'll be back for that.
Okay.
I'll do it remotely.
So let's not forget to
Can you
mention.
pass that down, Jane?
part.
Yeah.
Okay. Kobe, you got anything for us?
Yes, if everybody could bring their code books over to town.
Mine's been there 2 months.
Okay, the ones that aren't there,
Yeah,
so,
I'd like to have mine back, cause I
Yep.
use it.
yeah, they're working on 'em.
Good.
I
So-
ain't got mine back since last time it was updated a year ago, so.
Mine's been there since March.
Year
Jane
two's-
never did get one.
You didn't get one because Kenny didn't have it, and your two are over there already.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yours?
I got mine, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can just drop it off.
I'll drop mine off.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Yep, that's about it.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that all you had?
Yeah.
Hey, one thing I was thinking about today after, I don't know, I was doing something. Did we ever talk to the school about the maintenance, money yearly to
Tennis
put
court.
in the
Tennis
tennis
courts.
courts?
Tennis courts, I will get something written up and I will get put on their next agenda.
'Cause we
I
need
know
to-
they just had a meeting last night, so
Mhm.
I'll go talk to Jill, the new superintendent. And,
It would be nice to have just a spot for that money.
yeah, instead of like last
Exactly.
time, they
A
just give,
commitment.
instead
down
of
the
last
road.
time, they just give 30,000, but have yeah,
Right.
an ongoing.
Well, you know, if they start doing that, we're not gonna be here probably, so if
No.
they get that rolling, hopefully next time they have to do something,
Right,
they don't
right.
have to scratch their
And
head.
they can plan on it, yeah.
Right, sure.
They can,
And-
yeah, and that when they work in their budget, they can do that too,
Right.
yeah.
And speaking of the school, next Tuesday, Debbie and I and Shane, Scott, there's several of us, Kobe will be on vacation. We're meeting with them about school traffic. New superintendent, we wanna tell her what we've done, what can you do, and, the SRO will be there and the assistant superintendent, so we'll report after our meeting. We wanted to do it before school starts.
It'd be coming up soon.
Yep.
Okay.
Did, you, ask Microdome about a cover for that wire?
No, but I gotta call Andy tomorrow about the YouTube on the town website, so I'll ask him.
We don't want Jane falling.
I'll be the first one to face plant over it.
Yeah.
I'm about to move everything.
Yeah.
All right, update on progress of the DNR project. Our meeting is July the 30th. So we will be walking around, and I think Scott's pretty much got everything ready over here, so hopefully,
Yeah, it
We
looks
pass.
good, looks
Yeah.
good out there.
yeah, hopefully we pass, so. Update on employee handbook, Jane and I need to start on that again. I know you're gonna be gone, so we'll work on that when you get back. Veterans Garden, we got the one thing here, the 7,600, that we need to get this to, Scott Davidson, cause he was gonna get a hold of Alan and give him all the design that you did, and we'll need to add that to it, so. Leave that on Scott's desk. Neighborhood speed bumps, we're looking more at the signage right now, but I think we'll probably discuss that.
Zachariah was gonna check around to see if towns thought those signs were effective
Yeah.
before we spend
Right,
that kind
right.
of money.
So if he could, remind him if he could get that to us before we start talking about budget, so we can look at our,
Yeah.
our
And plan on it.
budget to at least maybe do 2 streets each year, if at all possible, so. All right, building inspector, zoning enforcement, we talked about that, so. Did everybody get a copy of the job description?
Yes.
Okay, so one of the things we'd wanna take off, it'd be a part-time ordinance officer. Should we add something else to that, or?
We'll have to think about it. We need to take the building inspector part off for
Yes.
sure.
Yes, the building inspector.
Cause they
part-
won't inspect buildings.
Yeah, so that comes off.
On
Uh,
both of them, there's 2 listings, right, one above the other.
The what now?
In the title and in the job title. it says
Yes,
the-
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
And then would report to Scott Williams, our.
I think they should report to Scott.
Okay,
He knows the ordinances, he
right.
knows the building permits.
And he knows what needs to be done.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So there's the responsibilities, they're responsible for proactively pursuing nuisance and municipal code violations, which that is what you guys are dealing with right now. Maintain detailed records for all code violations and their outcomes, and that would be in that program.
Right.
And that would be including the copies of notes, pictures, and copies of inspections. Accountable for incoming complaints, including high grass, weeds, trash, nuisance, abandoned vehicles, and zoning complaints. In charge of checking construction companies for proper licensing and enforcing such.
We haven't been
I don't think
doing
we
that.
need to do that.
That was a key thing.
Yeah,
Take that off.
Take it off,
Well,
yeah.
I think we charge a fee for contractors, don't you?
To sign up, but does anybody check the list? Nobody's signed up since I've been doing this stuff.
Supposed to pay so much a year, aren't they, or something?
I don't think so.
I'll check
I don't think
into
we have
it.
anything
I'm
like
pretty
that.
sure there was something, because my contractor had to go do it for my porch.
I
He had
think,
to-
I think it's.
I think it's like
one-time
$25
fee.
maybe or
Okay.
something to
Well, we'll-
work in Hanover a year or something for the contractors. And mainly what that is so we have a way of checking their insurance.
okay.
'Cause
I'll put a
I think
question
they
mark
gotta
to
turn in
make sure
insurance and
we got
pay
that
that fee.
documentation
Yeah.
then.
If I remember right.
But why is that the town's responsibility? Like if I hire somebody, I check.
For the same reason we're sitting here, to protect the citizens in our town.
Okay.
I mean, it's
I
just
just-
looking out for our citizens and
it's
the
probably been-
contractors that are doing work at their homes.
It's probably
and
been
stuff.
2 years since we've done it.
I'm pretty sure there's something set up like that.
Oh, I know
I'll
there
check
is.
tomorrow, see if there's a
He's-
fee
he
for the
set it up,
contract.
yeah.
Did he?
Okay.
Okay.
They would research property records to determine appropriate code citations. Responsible for outgoing correspondence, including notices of violations. Contact property owners either in person or by telephone to discuss violations, notates communication. We'll mark out they're responsible for inspection
Right.
of new houses, buildings for proper codes. They would issue building permits and all paperwork and communications, including fee collections.
On that, can we change that, including invoicing fees? I just assume the treasurer's office handle all cash and money.
They would.
Yeah, we still
we
would.
just-
We just take
Not
that.
necessarily responsible for collecting, just
No.
invoicing.
Well,
it
you
for-
got a point, because what we do, when I do one, I just take them right across the hall and they pay, or
Yeah.
they don't
Right.
get the
Yeah.
permit.
I
So,
mean, it's essentially, they just have to give them an
Yeah,
invoice to
they
pay
don't hand me
his
the money.
office, and
Yeah.
then they'll
Yeah.
tell you it's paid, and you can issue a permit.
yeah,
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but I
Still
think
the
this,
invoicing fees, we
I
can,
think this person needs to know that it's being done,
yeah.
Yeah,
you know?
oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
this
that-
person cannot give that permit
Without
until
that,
they
so-
see that.
So, I mean, if they issued an invoice to them, all they have to do is have it stamped paid and bring back, show them it's paid from
Yeah.
the
I just,
treasurer's office.
I just walk across the hall with them.
Yeah,
Or you can do that, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think they need to collect money, was my point.
No,
No.
you're right,
so do you
and they
wanna,
don't, but it's not spelled out.
Just all the
so do we wanna
invoices,
say
all the
making sure that fee collection is done, or some, I mean, because one of the things with Scott was, he wanted to make sure that when he gave out a building permit, that the sewer and all that's paid for.
With the taps, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all gotta be paid for, yeah.
So how do we wanna word that one?
How about you say, including invoicing fees and ensure paid prior to issuing permits, or something like that?
Okay, you write it out and then I'll.
And that's the same way when somebody requests to go before the plan commissioner or zoning board, they gotta pay in advance.
Yeah. Okay, this person would convene planning commission and zoning board plus maintain records.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but convenes the person that starts and stops the meeting, ain't it?
Convene is the one that calls the meeting. Like right now, there's nobody doing, so I call the meetings.
You're talking about setting it up.
Yes, but
Yeah.
it's convene a committee.
Yeah.
I thought convening was like the president of the council convenes the meeting when you initially get started. That's why I was asking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I convene the meeting too, I start them.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So is there anything that we wanted to add to that? Cause we've got perform other duties as assigned.
I'd have to think about it,
And we-
since we don't have our new thing of how we wanna do things, so this person's job description will change.
Right.
So we'll have to think about it.
They must have a high school diploma or equivalent. Be nice if they had experience researching city codes or property records or willingness to learn. Skills and abilities, ability to resolve code violations, utilizing municipal codes, working knowledge of maps, usage of a computer.
I would put ability to resolve code violations in consultation with the town attorney. Cause you can't, like, I can't just decide on my own. I have to call Pat and say, hey, is it legal?
Right. Okay. So in consultation with
With
town.
the town attorney.
Okay. Must have a driver's license. Qualifications, necessary skills include office management techniques, organizational abilities, effective oral and written communication skills, ability to be persuasive, tactful and diplomatic, ability to research and evaluate problems, needs, and complaints. This description is only a summary of the typical functions of the job, not a comprehensive list of all possible responsibilities, tasks, and duties. I think this will get us started to where we can go ahead and put an ad in the paper.
Do we need like an equal opportunity
They
statement?
put that.
Okay.
That gets
Yeah,
put in there.
it
Yeah.
goes, yeah.
That goes in the,
But I still think we need to outline our procedures. We can't just hire somebody and then say, oh, we decide we're not gonna do it that way, let's do this. If we're not gonna have people knock on the doors, which I think's a terrible idea, we need to sit down and outline our procedures.
right.
First, which won't be hard to do. We've
No.
got the ordinances.
We take Indiana out of driver's license.
Yep.
We're pretty close to Kentucky. I mean, you might get a good
Yeah.
applicant from Milton or something.
Sure.
Yeah,
Valid driver's license, okay.
good point.
So one of the things that Kobe and I talked about was salary, what the town could afford right now. We're talking $18 an hour, 16 hours a week. Preferably, you know, if they could work, maybe, they could work 3 days, or all 5 days and work 3 hours a day if they wanted to set some type of schedule like that, or if they wanted 4 days, but I think they need to be there at least 3 days a week.
Yeah.
I think that's a definite, you know,
We have very few walk-ins. Usually people will call Scott and me.
Call, set up an
Yeah,
appointment,
and
but,
then we
but like I
go
said, if
in.
they work like Monday through Thursday, 10 to 2,
Yeah,
and then people will
Yeah.
know that they
Right.
can go in.
Right.
and that's what I hope to do at our two attorneys' advice, is set up regular plan commission, regular zoning
Okay, yeah.
board, and say, you can't go before the board until this date.
Okay, yeah.
So we're not scurrying, trying to get them together all the time.
well, since we have the new, the map, you said there's like 80,
Oh, there's 89 people that have to be contacted. There's a lot to do.
so is everybody kind of in agreement with this?
Yeah, on the hours, I'm a firm believer in a somewhat set schedule.
Yeah,
And that's okay.
I mean, if people just come work as they want, then the citizens don't know when they'll be there. If they do wanna go in to talk to somebody, and
right.
then you're chasing them down on cell phone.
And we can set
You
the
know, at least a
schedule.
couple days a week, we need to,
Yeah.
you know, like a guaranteed
A
time they'll be
guaranteed
there.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
Certain periods, that way,
Same
we
way
can
our
advertise it
attorney
to the
suggested
community.
with the committees.
This
Right.
person will be in office,
Yeah.
these hours are set, and additional hours
Right.
if needed, or
Right.
whatever, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But first, we need to get together and get our procedures
Right.
down. If they're not gonna be walking to the door, that changes our whole thing.
Yep.
But I do want a motion to go on ahead and move forward with this position, and then,
We can move forward, but we
Yeah.
can't advertise yet.
so.
I make the motion that we hire this person for $18 an hour up to 16 hours a week.
Yes.
With a set schedule.
Yes. Is there a second?
It's a second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So we need to get together and then work on
Yep, the
the
procedures.
procedures.
And we need to do that with Pat.
So we can do that maybe next week?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll text him and
okay. Okay,
There's that railroad bid.
is there any other, thank you, is there any other old business? New business, planning and zoning no, that's what we just did.
That's
I
what
thought
we
you was,
you've skipped the building inspector, which we're still waiting on,
yeah, we're still waiting on that.
on the
Okay.
county and the commissioners.
I thought we had an ordinance to pass tonight.
No, we gotta talk to Pat.
Okay,
Yeah, but we need his advice on a few things about it. It's
Oh.
just setting up the fund for the stormwater.
okay,
Oh, yeah,
So, yeah.
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 okay, all right.
And at, well, not at our next meeting, but I'll have the ordinance ready for the zoning changes.
Okay.
But I gotta wait till the planning commission.
Does anybody have
Meets.
any, other new business? Accounts payable vouchers.
Make a motion to approve accounts payable vouchers for 134,019,05.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Announcements, the Hanover Park Board will meet Tuesday, August the 5th, 2025 at 5:30 PM before the Hanover Town Council meeting at 6 PM at the Hanover Community Center, 200 Spruce Lane, Hanover, Indiana, 47243. We do have our meetings live now, so you can watch them at home. You don't have to come. We would prefer you come, but they are live on YouTube. And to find that, you go at Town of Hanover, IN, subscribe. I mean, we need to have at least 50. And I don't know what the time frame is that on that, Kobe, because I know I've seen on AIM, a lot of cities and towns are trying to get other cities and towns to subscribe to their,
Oh, yeah.
to get their numbers up.
We shouldn't have any trouble getting
No.
50.
So, yeah,
What's
so,
the 50 for?
You have to have 50 to subscribe to keep the YouTube channel.
yeah,
Your part
Oh,
going.
for YouTube
Yes,
policy.
yes.
But first thing we need to do, we can't say it tonight because nobody knows how to watch this. First thing, we need to get it on our website, and if Shane can put it on the police, cause people look at Shane's website
Yeah.
more than anybody's.
Do they?
Yeah,
yeah.
I do.
I'll give you the thing, Shane, for you to do, so. All right, any other announcements? All right, I need a motion to
I
adjourn.
make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Turn us off, Kobe.
Yes.
Okay, before you guys leave, I need, 'cause Jane, you said you're leaving, right?
Yes. So, does that mean we can't do the person until we